What is up, Batman fans? It's Tim here, and today we're going to be talking about Batman Arkham Origins, and it's a topic video on the upcoming Mr. Freeze Cold Cold Heart DLC. Okay, so why do I decide to do a topic video right now? That's because the trailer just came out, which you can of course find in the link in the description box down below, plus my review. And because the trailer is coming out, it's out, everyone's hyped, everyone's excited, so I decided to do a topic video. And what is that topic video on? And that is, will Mr. Freeze be a playable character in this expanded story mode? Goddamn dog! Personally, I do think they will have Mr. Freeze as a playable character, but why? Well, let me explain. So for Harley Quinn's Revenge, what made it special was we got to play as Robin during the entire mission. And of course, they came out with their expanded story mode. The next one, they're always going to want to make it better. For instance, when City came out, they wanted to make Origins better. When Asylum came out, they wanted to make City better. They always want to make their previous one look, worse than the one they're making, or make the newer one look obviously newer and better. So how are they even going to compete with the old one if they don't have a second playable character like they did have Robin? And why not have Mr. Freeze a playable character? And you might be thinking like, oh, okay, I understand how they want to compete with their old game and want to make it better, so they're going to have it, Mr. Freeze a playable character, but that really doesn't make sense. Like, Mr. Freeze can't roam around Arkham City or frickin' Arkham Origins and glide through frickin', rooftop to rooftop. It won't really work. But they can still have him as a playable character. How? Well, my thoughts was, for the whole expanded story mode itself, there's two different paths you can choose. You play as the villain, or you play as the hero. For instance, you play as Batman, you do the detective work, you see a different maybe cutscene, and boom, you're fighting Mr. Freeze as the boss battle. But when you're playing Mr. Freeze, you get a little bit of a different story mode. Instead, you're fighting Batman, and you're trying to beat Batman. Or you're the one, like in the trailer, you're the one that breaks into the humanitarian award ceremony and you freeze everybody. Like, you actually get to play as the villain and take down Batman. So towards the end, when you're playing the boss battle, your goal is actually to kill Batman. And when you play as Batman, your goal is to kill Mr. Freeze. And how they do this is really basic. You choose two ways. You play as Mr. Freeze, which leads one direction, and you play as Batman, which leads to the other. Now, you might be thinking, well, that will mess up, the continuity of the Arkham games. So what they do is the Batman version is the game you play first. Like, once you play as Batman, that's what it is. And it's basically like a what-if storyline when you get to play as Mr. Freeze. So that's not connected, obviously not connected, anything into the Arkhamverse storyline. That's just a really fun, what-if happened game or whatever, like a little part of the expanded story mode. And I think that would be awesome because people have never played as Mr. Freeze. People have never played really as a villain besides the Joker, or I guess you could count Deathstroke. I guess that really doesn't matter, but people never played with a character that really is that big on technology. Like, people are used to playing with Batman, Robin, Deathstroke. Like, all those characters sort of play the same. Like, when Deathstroke came out, they sort of winged it and made him kind of play like Robin. But you can't make Mr. Freeze play like Batman or Robin or Nightwing. Like, he just can't. He has the freeze gun. Like, his takedown moves would be completely different. So you would be so unique, and I think they should go that route to make it better than Revenge was. And of course, they can't have him roam around like I said, but they can still have challenge missions for him. They can have Predator missions where he kind of like how the Arkham City game went. Like, they can have that, like that kind of boss battle as their Predator missions. Like, they can still do something with Mr. Freeze as a playable character. And that's just one thing they could go with. The other is maybe Robin will be in the story mode. Maybe Robin will somehow be like a sneak peek behind the thing, and maybe Robin will help take down Mr. Freeze, and Robin could be a playable character. Like, maybe they'll do something like that, but that's kind of off guard because this looks like it's really centered around the Mr. Freeze storyline. So they got to have another character playable. I mean, or it won't match up with Harley Quinn's Revenge, and then they'll just plummet down the toilet, and they don't want that. So I suggest to go with the two-person route, which you get to play as the villain or the hero, and I would love that. I mean, if you guys wouldn't love that, then dislike this video. And if I get any dislikes, then I'll know that there are people out there that for some reason are going insane, because if you don't want this, then you're insane. So anyway, comment, like, and subscribe down below, and I want your thoughts on Mr. Freeze being a playable character in Batman Arkham Origins. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Yeah,